Did you make that, or did you get it from somewhere?
I made them.
Cinnamon rolls?
Actually, I bought them now, but it's like the ones that you get.
Oh, yeah. I can see them now.
These are Aldi's cinnamon rolls.
So those are like the ones that come in the tube?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the best ones.
Oh, they smell really good.
Because you make them and then you kind of par cook them almost a little bit. I think it said cook them from like 12 to 17 minutes. You always go with the 12 and then check on them at 12. And then if they're a little undercooked, they're going to cook a little bit more. You have to realize that.
There's certain things you want undercooked a little, certain things you want overcooked a little.
Right, exactly.
Anyways, good morning. Yeah, so it's funny that you brought that in. I guess McDonald's is going to start doing more comfort food in the morning. They're going to be doing cinnamon rolls.
Did they use coronavirus as an excuse to get rid of their all-day breakfast?
Yeah, they did. They did. Now, so I've never been a person that orders a sausage McMuffin at like 2:00 in the afternoon.
I am, but I haven't for a while, obviously, because I just found out about this the other day.
I wish they would make their lunch available in the morning.
No, God, no.
Come on.
Nobody eats anything outside of breakfast.
Get a McDouble? Get a McDouble and some hash browns? That sounds fun. Let's mix it up a little bit. Get a chicken sandwich?
You say you like McDonald's breakfast more than you like... do you like McDonald's regular food more than their breakfast?
I like them both the same.
Oh, okay.
I love the McDouble.
I
love the double. The McDouble is my favorite, and that's just the double cheeseburger. I mean, I like the Big Mac a lot. Oh my God, a Big Mac is just, sometimes I crave a Big Mac, and there's no other burger that I crave like I crave the Big Mac.
I gotta ask you, because if you like the Big Mac as much as you do, have you tried the copycat offers at their competitors?
Oh, yeah. The McKing or the Big King. The Big King.
Is the Big King any good?
No, I would rather get a Whopper, to be honest with you.
How come the Big King can't live up to the Big Mac? Like, why? I want to know.
The Big Mac it's like the right amount of flavor. Everything, it's balanced, all right? Okay. Everything is balanced in a Big Mac. The problem I have with the Big King...
No, not balance here. Balance here.
Is that the charbroil of the hamburger patty? I don't know. It throws everything off for me, and it's just to me, it's better with just ketchup and mayonnaise that they have on a Whopper.
So, have you tried the Big Carl?
Yes,
same thing.
Better than the Big King.
Okay.
The Big Carl is actually not that bad, but there's something about a Big Mac. I don't know what it is. There's something about a quarter pounder with cheese.
What is intriguing to me of being a sideline Big Mac fan, meaning a casual Big Mac, I mean, I'm talking once every 5 years.
You're not getting the cravings.
Is the Big Carl, which I've yet to try, or the Big King, which I've yet to try.
Really?
Yes.
What are you waiting for?
I don't know. The bucket list, I guess. I don't know. I should do that soon. Is they don't have the extra bun in theirs. And I like that dynamic of it. You know what? I'm going to have a Big Carl today.
I think the Big Carl you would be more happy with. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. But I mean,
well, in general,
if I'm craving a Big Mac and I went to Burger King or Carl's Jr. to get their version of it, obviously it would not be, that's not what I want, because the Big Mac is just so unique. They found a way to do those little diced, they call them dehydrated onions on there, and it's perfect. And on the quarter pounder with cheese, they use the different onion strings or whatever, strips. And
I don't like those.
And see, I love those.
No.
Was it last week? My wife and I were in bed. It was 9:00 at night. And we had salads for dinner, I remember. She picked up salads from this restaurant. And we had dinner like around 6:00. And I'm like,
salads in bed. That's a bold move.
No, salads at 6, and then we were in bed at 9.
Oh, okay.
And we're both like, man, I just feel like I'm still hungry. And she goes, what sounds good to me? Quarter pounder with cheese. I'm like, you can't even have she goes, I don't care. I just want the meat. I'm like, that does sound good. So I got up, got dressed. I went down and I got us a couple of quarter pounders with cheese.
They won't let us wrap that?
No, they don't let us wrap at McDonald's. Yeah, they have done it for us at Burger King.
I should.
Carl's Jr. lettuce wrap anytime.
Really?
Yeah. Carl's Jr. is all about lettuce wrapping. So, anyways, a couple other things.
If a piece of lettuce is cheaper than a bun, I think every place should be about lettuce wrapping.
They're going to be doing they're going to be doing apple fritters, blueberry muffins, and cinnamon rolls, starting at the end of this month. at McDonald's for breakfast?
Apple fritters, which I love.
It's a donut, right?
Oh, it's my favorite donut.
You see, my mom, and you would get. I mean, it's a good donut. It's just so rich, and they're always so big. It's like I can never eat a whole because it's just too rich. I mean, I can eat some donuts, but I mean, it's just that one is over the top.
I got one that was not too big,
but
the
I
other
like
day,
them,
and I was disappointed because I wanted a big one.
Yeah,
and I ordered it and had somebody else pick it up for me, and we got it Surfside Donuts, and
that's a good place.
Is it a good place?
I've heard
because
it's a
the
good
apple
place.
fritter. Meh.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Like Templeton Donuts and Deli, way better apple fritter than Surfside.
I've never had either one of them.
And I've never
just heard good things about
stood
Surfside.
in a line for 20 minutes at Templeton Deli and Donuts, but that Surfside,
it's popular.
Why is it so popular? Is it the only donut place in Pismo?
I think it is. Yeah. I mean, there's one up in the off Oak Park, in the Oak Park shopping center.
Yeah, but I'm talking in downtown Pismo proper.
Yeah, that's the only one that I know of.
Down by the beach, down by the pier. That's the only donut place. Man, they've carved themselves a nice little niche there.
I've always heard good things about them too.
With that apple fritter, because that apple fritter, I was expecting a lot with all the
little disappointed,
all the wait in the line and everything. When it came back 45 minutes later, I'm like, "Where'd you guys go?" The line was long.
I don't want to knock Pismo, but it's usually a disappointing experience when I go there. There's a couple of places that I really like. I really like the burger place.
Have you tried the hot dog?
Cool Cats is really good, and I like that Woolies.
Did you try the hot dog place yet?
I've not tried the hot dog place yet. I got to go there and do that. My parents were in town when I was going to try it, and I'm like, hey, guess nobody wanted it.
Yeah, nobody wants hot dogs.
I do. I love them.
I know. It's like, hey, there's a great hot dog place.
And I got to be honest with you, I forgot about it because I never go into Pismo because of all the tourists.
Yes.
So they're doing fine with that.
That's what weekdays are for.
Yeah. I should go.
Okay, so the poll question.
It's Friday.
What should you like better from McDonald's? Regular offerings or breakfast offerings?
You mean lunch offerings or breakfast offerings?
Well, lunch or dinner, though.
Well, it's not dinner. It's just lunch. It's just, they don't, it's.
You don't ever get a burger for dinner?
Well, you could write lunch/dinner or breakfast.
Let's say regular.
No, regular, that throws people off, Jeff.
Why does it throw people off?
People don't know what regular is. Write lunch/dinner or write breakfast.
I'll put in parentheses Big Macs and fries.
Or just burgers. Burgers, sandwiches, or breakfast.
No, because breakfast is open to interpretation because now they got the apple fritters.
Then why don't you do
blueberry bites?
Okay, fine.
They got cinnamon rolls.
You would argue with. I was going to kill you.
I'm just telling you. When you say
you'd argue with me if I was going to give you $1 million.
Look at the context, okay? Look at the context. Regular offerings, and then the next option is breakfast.
What is regular offerings? Breakfast is regular offerings.
No.
It's a regular thing every day.
Not true.
It's regular that they serve breakfast every day.
Yeah, but when McDonald's opened up, they weren't open for breakfast.
In the 50s?
Yes. But when later on down the line, I don't think it was till the 80s.
Whatever. If you want a good poll, you would write lunch, dinner, or breakfast. All right? Lunch, dinner is one option. Breakfast is another.
Yeah, but lunch, dinner, it gives it so much more. There's more options there. When you say lunch, dinner, why don't you just say
it's chicken nuggets, it's hamburgers, it's sandwiches, or it's breakfast sandwiches and hash browns and burritos and whatever they do.
Just to prove to you and make you happy because you are the biggest bitcher I know.
No, it makes common sense. I will being confusing.
I will this one time put lunch/dinner or breakfast. Okay, for the sake of the SurfNet.
Thank you, SurfNet Communications, serving you for over 15 years. They are the leader in rural broadband internet, faster than DSL or satellite. SurfNet Communications. Click the link at kzoz.com.
No, I understand. Is the
not nice when you don't bring enough for people to share.
I know, I'm a very slow eater too, so it must be very painful. It took me 15 minutes to finish my
I'm doing my fasting, so I'm not eating until like 1 o'clock every day. So I've got hours to deal with this.
I don't understand why the donut shop in Pismo has a line going out of it, but the Old West cinnamon rolls, which is like the best cinnamon rolls in the world, they sometimes will have a line, but not as bad as the donut shop.
Do they put raisins in their cinnamon rolls?
You can get them without.
Oh, you can? God, who puts raisins in anything? I don't get it. It's like, why would you ruin something? I mean, you have this amazing frosting on this amazing cinnamon roll, and you're just going to put poison in the middle of it. I mean, why would you do that? I don't understand people and their raisins.
Why is oatmeal raisin more popular than oatmeal chocolate chip?
What, are we talking about cereal now?
No, I'm talking about cookies.
I don't know. Because there's still people that are 100 years old living on this planet. I mean, raisins are done, okay? Listen, if you're 90 years old, I get it, because that's all you had as a kid. But people that are like 40, 50, even 60 years old, they don't like raisins.
Worst combo?
Nobody likes raisins.
Worst food combo of all time?
I have lots of friends that are in their 50s. They hate raisins.
This is the worst food combo of all time that has survived the test of time, okay? This is bran muffin with raisins. It feels like you were eating a tree with raisins.
I remember bran muffins. I remember my grandma, I don't know, she had to have more fibers or something, and she was making bran muffins, and they smell amazing. It's a trick.
Yes.
Because when somebody's making fresh bran muffins, it smells amazing, and then you get in there and you take that bite, and you're like, sawdust, gross. It's a trick.
How many times have we gotten, like, somebody will go get muffins at like a grocery store or a bakery locally, and they'll bring them in instead of donuts. They bring in muffins and they put them in the break room. And how many times have you seen the last muffin standing? And what is the last muffin standing? Last muffin standing is the bran muffin with the raisins. Nobody wants that. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop making that an option.
Yeah. No, exactly.
It's the worst.
It's disgusting is what it is.
So I don't even know why that exists. Blueberry? Yum. Blueberry with the crumbles on it? Very good. Chocolate chip? Amazing. Even carrot cake.
You know what the best blueberry muffin is? You take a little lemon zest and you make a lemon cake muffin with blueberries inside of it.
Yes, that's excellent.
Oh! And if you have a little icing, if you could do a little icing on top.
Or that crumbly, you know what I'm talking about, the crumbly? I don't know what it is, like a sugary.
Yeah, it's kind of a sugary thing. But you know that icing you get with those little toaster strudels? Like that kind of icing, just a little bit.
Very familiar with those, yes.
Yeah, those are so good. Anyways, boy, now, is your goal just to make me as hungry as I can be today?
Same icing I put on my cinnamon rolls this morning.
Small.
I don't religiously watch them or seek them out.
See, I have the DVR, so I record these shows, and then, I'll watch new ones.
That's not me.
And so, sometimes I'm in the mood for something dark, sometimes I'm not. But we all know if you watch any Dateline.
Sometimes you're a Death Eater. I mean, everything, you're like hurricanes. Like, you love the fact that there's another hurricane coming, don't you?
Oh, no, not really.
Okay.
Not really.
Are you sure about that?
But the first 48.
You like the coverage, though,
we've talked about that. It's a little bit more graphic. But anyways, you always know that if the wife dies.
I mean, it's not just you. True crime is
it's a big thing.
Is the most consumable form of entertainment in the United States.
Well, it's a mystery, and you're trying to figure it out the whole time. That's what I like. And sometimes you know right away, and other times it catches you by surprise.
It's why the Kristen Smart podcast is big. It's why a lot of these true crime is the biggest segment of podcasts that are huge.
Yeah, and God, there was one on that was not that long ago where they actually went back through somebody's 23andMe. Like remember when they got that California serial rapist killer, whatever he was? Yeah. They had another story like that. It happened in another state, and it took them 20 years, but they eventually realized who did it, and they got the guy. And it was like 20 years later.
Isn't that just like Coyote chasing Roadrunner? I mean,
well, no, it's amazing because you can actually take, this person's DNA, and you don't know anything else about him. And I'm sorry. And then, they can find distant relatives, and then they just slowly work it all the way into the center and find the closest relative. And then they can figure out from there, it's one of these person's brothers or cousins, and they go test all those cousins, and then one of them's going to have that exact match.
Say you're the detective or the investigator that gets assigned to that case, and you've been working on that case for 20 years. Do you go on to work on another case after that, or you just retire?
Well, it seems like when you watch that television show, like they're done, right? No, they start another case. But you're like, man, you've been working on that forever.
You've been working on the same thing for 20 years at that point in time.
But that's the problem. They have to work several cases at one time. So, yeah, they've been working on this for 20 years, probably because they've been working on these other cases as well.
Oh, they're not just dedicated to that one case?
Yeah, no. So, you start talking about defunding the police department, and now what happens? Now they've got to work on 5 times even more. Well, it may take 50 years.
On the flip side of that argument, not that I'm for defunding the police departments, because I think it's a horrible idea, but on the flip side of that argument, the people that are arguing to defund the police department be like, hell, the DNA already does a lot of the work for you. You don't have that technology 15 years ago in your budget. Now you do. So let's go ahead and cut the costs there,
Coming up, dumbass of the day. You know, if you watch Dateline, you realize, like I was starting to say earlier, if the wife dies, they look at the husband, and it's usually the husband. And I'm always like to my wife, I'm like, damn it, can it once not be the husband? Can it just once not be the husband?
And very rarely is it the wife killing the husband. You know,
it does happen, but it's very rare.
It's rare.
It's rare. And normally she has help, like the new boyfriend or something will do it, and
testosterone.
She'll plan it.
You're giving us guys a bad name, man.
Yeah, but this guy in Pennsylvania was trying to off his wife. And it's like, how can you do it and make it look like an accident without any evidence? The only problem is she didn't die, and that's why not only is he going to prison, but he's our dumbass of the day, and we'll get to that coming up. The folks at Paso Robles Ford just want to thank you for being a part of the positive process on helping us get back to the normal, even though we're kind of in the new normal, Jeff.
Part of the normal of the car buying process is, I can't believe we're here. I mean, it feels like, some days it feels like it's April. Some days it feels like it's December, but it's October right now. And that signals the clearance time when it comes to cars. So you think you've been saving a lot on cars and that Paso Ford has had great deals up to this point? Well, guess what? They need to get the 2020s off their lot to make room for the 2021s. So now the savings are on top of it's savings on top of savings on top of savings on top of savings.
Without all the fees and the down payments and all that stuff. If you're looking for a new car, a truck, an SUV, a van, you don't want to miss out on this incredible buying opportunity as the 2020s are there's just a few remaining, and they're offering 0% financing, no payments for 90 days. Also, Paso Ford will help in every single way they can with service of your vehicles, picking you up, taking you back to your place, bringing vehicles to you if you don't want to come to Paso Ford to see them in person.
And then they could get you more money than you ever thought you could get on your trade. Take advantage of the savings, take advantage of the high value of your vehicle. It's probably never going to be any higher than it is right now. Stop by or give them a call or visit PasoFord.com.